That's why we're in the condition we're in now, because we ain't listening. Isaiah 49:5. And now, said the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that formed me from the womb, to be his servant. See? And now, said the Most High, that formed me from the womb, to be his servant. So you don't want to obey his servant. So Isaiah is his servant. Just like we, men that's on this earth now, are his servant that's bringing forth the truth. To bring Jacob again to him, you see? To bring Jacob back to the Most High. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Most High, and my power shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. Hear that? To raise up the tribes of Jacob. Raise up the 12 tribes of Israel coming back together as one nation. And to restore the preserved of Israel. That's the 1/3, y'all. Restore the 1/3, the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. And you know, we had to be Gentiles, Corinthians and Ephesians and Colossians and Philippians and Thessalonians. All these are Gentile Israelites. So we had to be a light to the Gentiles. What do we have to bring the Gentiles back to? The light. What's the light? Proverbs 6:23. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So, that's why I say obey the voice of the service. So, just the highest calling that you could be called in, nothing more powerful than the truth. Look at verse 20. He said, my son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart, your mind, and tie them upon thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp. That's the laws of the Most High, that your father and mother are supposed to have to teach the children. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. You see? But see, by us not having the knowledge, wisdom, understanding as we should, and going about to find our own way, now here we are stuck in Babylon and all these different places of origin that we've been carried into and scattered into, I might say. Now learn the way of the heathen, and some still learning the way of the heathen, even though they call themselves Israelites. Still following the way of the heathen. Look at the prayer in Psalms 23, 23rd Psalm. Psalm 23 and 4 Yeah. King David said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. See, the Most High is there if you allow him to be there. If not, you're on your own. You're on your own. You know, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the living power. And that's his left side. You see? So it's very important that, because you see what happened to us. I mean, we to follow him, so he sent the worst of the heathens upon us. Look what Job said in Job 10. Let's look at verse 18. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb? So why you let me be born out of the womb? Why you just have me to be stillborn? Oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no eye had seen me. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease them, and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Talking about dying. Before I go, whence I shall not return. Before I go, whence I shall not return, because the body is going to the dirt. Even to the land of darkness, yeah? Even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. That's death, y'all. And that's the same thing as walking around here dead, but you living. Falling into the trap of gross darkness. As he said he would bring the people into, in Isaiah 60:2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Ignorance. Not knowing. And gross darkness the people. How about that? Gross ignorance, gross stupidity. The people gonna be stupid. Gross ignorance. Gross darkness to people. But it's a condition. The Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. If you follow his laws, such commandments, if you have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. See? But it's going to take a process. Go to Isaiah 51 and 1. Isaiah 51 and 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Most High. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are digged. Condition that we in. Look unto Abraham, your father, and unto Sarah, that bare you. This can't be everyone. For I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. our forefather Abraham and Sarah. Not talking about Hagar. Ishmael came from Abraham and Hagar, but Isaac came from Sarah. That's who the promise was given to. For the Most High shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all her waste places. This waste place is over there in Israel right now. Desolation. Not where they are actually claim. That's not Jerusalem. And he will make her wilderness like Eden. Man, that's deliverance, y'all. He's going to deliver us. He's going to make the wilderness like Eden. And her desert like the garden of the Most High. What kind of garden that's going to be? You ain't going to have no fake plants up in there. It's going to be all pure vegetables. You know? The garden of the Most High. I was listening to some little footage on Dr. Sebi. He was saying that cauliflower, he says white, he says no good, has no nutrition in it. And he was saying that broccoli was created. They created broccoli. No matter the taste, it says they created it. Listen at this. It said, and her desert like the garden of the Most High. Joy and gladness shall be found therein. Thanksgiving and the voice of melody, loud singing, and instruments playing. Enjoy. Say, hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. My is a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership. For a law shall proceed from me. All these preachers talking about the law. You hear what he said? For a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. And we already see that light is what? The light is the law. A law for the people. It's deliverance. He's going to deliver his people. Yeah, we've been through a lot of bad times. But he's going to deliver us. My righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth. And mine arm shall judge the people. The owls shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust. We scatter among everywhere. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever. Yeah, he says salvation will be forever. And my righteousness shall not be abolished. What's his righteousness? His law. Told us in Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. See, it's not going to be abolished. He said, hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, know the laws of the Most High. The people in whose heart or mind is my law. I mean, come on. Can't get no clearer than that. Say, hearken unto me, listen to me. Ye that know righteousness. How do you know righteousness? Who is this? The people in whose heart, mind is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men. Don't fear the disgrace of men. Neither be ye afraid of their revelings. Them talking loud to you, talking about you. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment. So they're going to be eaten up like a garment, like the moth eat a garment. Put them holes all in it. And a worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever. His law will be forever. That's his righteousness. It will last forever. And my salvation from generation to generation. In the kingdom, you're talking about in the kingdom, He gonna comfort all the waste, because it's wasteland right now. He say he gonna make it like, he said it'll be better. Some scriptures say it'll be better than Eden. Verse 9, he said, awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Most High. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Everything. You know, you got to buy it. Most High say, hey, I'm putting you over there. It says, and thou art thou not it which hath dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that thou made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? When you open up the Red Sea and we're able to go across dry ground. See, what people understand, and I hope you that have been listening will understand, Most High like to be boasted. His name is jealous. He like to be talked about. People talk about their own life, what's going on in their life, but he's not talked about much. That's why you see here. Just what works. Therefore, the redeemed of the Most High shall return and come with singing unto Zion. We're going to be singing songs. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. Watch it. Sing it. The music going. Happy music. Having a good time. Therefore, the redeemed, that's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, of the Most High shall return and come with singing unto Zion. And everlasting joy shall be upon their head. Hear that? They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. No more sadness. Sorrow and mourning gonna flee away. Say, even I am he that comforted you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the son of man which shall be made as grass? You know, grass just withers away. Get brown, just mow it down. And forgetteth the Most High thy Maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and hath feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor. You done feared every day because of the fury of the oppressor. Like the so-called white man put us through, you know, oppressing us, or we call him massa, which means oppressor in Hebrew. We could have said master, but we said massa, which means oppressor. Hear what he said? And that fear continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor? He ain't in the kingdom. He ain't there. That's why I say, fear me. Oppressor's not there. Nah. Not coming singing with joy and happiness. Nah. This is it for them. Look at, let's see, you see, it has to be something that we're looking forward to, or else what's it all for? You have to be working towards something. And that's what we just read about. Kingdom. Look at Ecclesiastes 9. It says, what profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? You just heard about the profit. The true prosperity. That they're going to receive in those that are laboring in this truth. They're putting their brick in. Go up to verse 19. Ecclesiastes 3 and 19. But that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. Oh no, but you know all that. See, you ain't got no preeminence above a beast that breathe air. You say, for all is vanity. All go into one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. That you know. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? That you know there's a difference between man and beast. They say the spirit of man, once you die, goes upward to the Most High. And the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. You know, a dog don't have a spirit, as we have, as a people. Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, in your own labor. For that is his portion, and that's what you're going to be judged on. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Verse 4, chapter 4, Salakia. So I turned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, as you see, as we were oppressed as the children of Israel, from 1492 until this present time. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. You know, comforter, and it was hanging us by our neck with fire under our feet. We watching our babies being dashed against a stone before our eyes. Men hanging in trees as you watch your woman being gang raped by the oppressor before he kill you. That's the way you leave the earth. Or your little boy or little girl. And they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors, there was power. But they had no comforter. See? On the side of our oppressors, there was power. You know why? Because the Most High told us, we ain't do what he said do. We ain't keep his laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations. He gonna give us to the worst of the heathen. Listen, wherefore I praise the dead, which are already dead, more than the living, which are yet alive. Man. What is he saying? It's better to be dead than be alive in the times that we have been through. And that the devil, knowing he have a short time, will come down with much wrath. Yeah, better is he than both that which have not yet been. Better than death and those that are living. Somebody even came to the world, you ain't been born yet, who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. I mean, we were starved to death and made to walk to the next village where they had our people on barbecue grills, parts of their bodies on barbecue grills, and made to eat them. It's bad, y'all. Mark 4. Mark the 4th chapter. We done been, I mean, Most High told us we ain't want to follow him. So I'm going to do you in. Turn his back on us. Mark 4:21. And he said unto them, is a candle brought to be put under a bushel or under a bed, and not to be set on a candlestick? Candle will be set on a candlestick. But there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested. Neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. Everything will be revealed, because everything's being recorded by the angels. There's nothing that's not going to be seen. And the things they've done to try and hide, that's what I say, you think about it, if we as the Israelites didn't do all the research that's been done and found different books and different things to show forth what actually happened to us beyond roots, beyond the things that we have been shown, what will we be as a people? What will we do? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. He told us in 1 and 2, we be blessed and we keep his commandments. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken me, listen unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. That's what we've seen, that's what we have seen, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're in the midst of them still. It's just, how are we going to prevail over the things that are facing us continually as we look forward to the kingdom that's promised us, that we heard about, that should bring joy to you. You got to work toward it. But it shall come to pass, verse 15, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Those we have to listen. And do his commandments. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. The field is the world. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. What store? Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, our children, and the fruit of thy land. The crops we grow. The increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep. All our cattle and sheep gonna be cursed. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, especially now. And cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. But a lot of people think that we're not under captivity. Slavery and bondage anymore. They done made it to the big house or the east side. Better realize it is what it is. That's why look at verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You look at all people now, they mad. Running around mad. Blindness. Can't see the truth. And astonishment of mind. I mean, look what they follow. Look what the children are following. They got hip-hop. Hip-hop to follow. They got world star. Who could be the most wicked? They can contact each other within seconds to make a wicked move. But to make a righteous move? Nah. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Since I spoke of roots, remember when Kizzy wrote that note for that boy that passed for him to get by, and they found out she could read and write? They sold her. And Kuta Kinte and his wife was longing for her. She was crying, but they carried her right away to another plantation. There wasn't no might. He running, just fell down on the ground as she was driven right away. The fruit of the land, thy land, and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always, like they came here. You got the land. Gave our brothers the Gadites small pox in their blankets. After they taught them how to farm the land and everything. Did they enjoy it? No. So you just be crushed always. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. You looking at them as they got you tied up by your neck and your hands behind your back and burning you under your feet. Most High shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. You know what you see. Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Most High shall lead thee. See? We call all, like I said, I got 63 different names of those primarily of Judah. What's your race, brother? What's your race, sister? 63 different identities. That's lost. That's astonishment. That's a proverb. That's a byword. Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. You got the Arabs, you got the Cambodians, you got the Vietnamese, you got everybody you can think of, Koreans, coming to the hood every day, making the money off of us and taking it back to their people. The stranger that within thee, y'all see them wherever you at, shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. We don't have no banks to be lending our people to show them prosperity. Show them that we are prosperous. Those that have money, they don't do what they're doing for the people of the hood. Really, in essence. The ball players, the entertainers, the doctors and lawyers, and those that have abundance in money, those that are prosperous. What are they doing for the people? That's why I said it's strange. You got to get everything from another nation. Verse 40, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. See? And this is what has happened to us. Because you go in the store, you tell you in a minute, get out. When the police come, they're gonna listen right to what they say. He's the head. You have no validity in what you have to say. They can care less. You see? Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest, you listenest not unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. See? And it shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Hear that? Because thou servest not the Most High thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, gladness of mind, for the abundance of all things. See? We don't want to serve the Most High with gladness. Be happy to serve the Most High. That's why, you should be joyful, feel good for people to say, I feel good. I can't wait till the Sabbath comes. Some people be waiting for it to end. They can't wait till the Sabbath over so I can do whatever I was doing 6 days prior. You understand? But he says it's a joyful thing to serve the Most High. The power. Do y'all realize there's no power like Yahweh? There's no power like the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is what he said in verse 47. Because thou servest not the Most High thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, mind, for the abundance of all things. So we got to say hallelujah to the Most High for everything. He deserves credit for everything. But we didn't do it. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee. In hunger, want something to eat, you got to get it from your enemy. That's what the Bible says. And in thirst, you want something to drink, you got to get it from your enemy. Or enemies, to be precise. In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, clothes on your back, gotta get it from your enemies. And in want of all things, everything. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And that's what happened. And here you see it for yourself. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. America is the end of the earth. July 4th, 1776. Oh yeah. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. That's still symbolic for Esau is the end of the world. In 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And Jacob is the beginning of that follower. The end of the earth. As swift as the eagle flies. Not to give it an identity of their symbol, their status. The bald eagle. They got it on their dollar bill. They have it on their flag. They have it on the government, post office and so forth. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. These different languages, English and French and German and Portuguese and Spanish. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. You don't care about no old people or the young people. That's why if we don't observe, look at verse 58. If thou wilt not observe, it's in the spirit, to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Most High thy power, Yahweh thy power, then the Most High will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of